With 2020 in the books, the PGF is gearing up to bring another action-packed season of high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This season, we welcome back the bad guy Elijah Carlton, the undefeated Season 1 champion. Standing in his way of PGF gold is the 225-pound champion Sam Barbosa, who laid claim to the title in 2020. Meanwhile, lurking in the shadows is a highly anticipated challenger. Hunter Colvin will attempt to etch his name in the PGF history books. Will the bad guy remain undefeated in Season 2? Will the nice guy continue to reign supreme at 225 pounds? Or will Hunter Colvin rise from the shadows to reveal a new contender?
There it is.
It all goes down.
I've been doing this for life, you know what I'm saying?
Free on YouTube. This is the PGF.
Matt Viper, the official sponsor of the PGF. Get your gear now at mattviper.com. Keeping Up with Jones, the Lonnie Jones podcast, available now on Apple, Spotify, and all other podcasting apps. Physical Therapy and Balance Center. Kentucky Signs and Graphics. Get your custom signs and banners at kysignsandgraphics.com. The Grappling Discourse podcast, available now on Apple, Spotify, and all major podcasting apps. Subconscious Studios, high-quality motion pictures. Amanda Sharon Real Estate. She specializes in first-time home buying, resale, relocation, investing, and new construction. Give her a call at 904-510-4596. Dr. Cantrell is a sports medicine orthopedic surgeon. He specializes in reconstruction of the shoulder and knee. B&G Logistics, providing ground logistics and support to all companies in the southeastern United States. R&R Group Home, a day center committed to supporting their community. The McDojo Show podcast, available on Apple, Spotify, and other major streaming platforms. Join the Fantasy League now at pgfhome.com. Scotsman Automations, security, efficiency, peace of mind. Find out more at scotsmanautomations.com.
You got me feeling lately like a new world has begun. There's a fire so deep in my soul, it's rising with the sun. I'm taking the future and I'm leaving the past. There's a sign on the road less traveled, it's saying don't look back. Feel the wind in my lungs, the freedom on my tongue, my visions are becoming clear. Some people call it luck, I call it waking up, I'm only going up from here. It's a brand new day. A brand new day. It's a brand new day. A brand new day. Nothing but the horizon is standing in my way. Some people like to dream of tomorrow, but I'ma give it all today. Feel the wind in my lungs, the freedom on my tongue, my visions are becoming clear. Some people call it luck, I call it waking up, I'm only going up from here. It's a brand new day. A brand new day. It's a brand new day.
Welcome to week 6 of the PGF. The action is really starting to heat up. Coming into block 10, we have a tie at the top. We've got Elijah versus Hunter at 53. Both guys have subbed every single opponent so far. They have yet to face each other, but they both have awesome matchups this week. But I think a match that we're all super excited to see is, can the older brother of Matt Elkins avenge his younger brother Matt in his match against the bad guy. Oh, I know that's supposed to be Elijah Carlton, but Evan Stapler's come in and he's ruffled some feathers. He's started to use some tactics that some of the competitors aren't exactly happy with, and I'm really excited to see how this week plays out. So, guys, in that matchup, we've got Jake Elkins, who's in the top 4 right now. He's looked like an absolute stud, but he's pretty far out from the top 3 places now. He needs a win against Evan. Evan's 2 points back. Can Evan beat Jake Elkins?
Ooh, okay. I'm sorry, Evan. I don't think you got this one. So I apologize, but I see Jake winning this pretty handily, actually.
Yeah, this is could be a momentary stop on the Evan bandwagon. I think the train's going to keep rolling, but for this particular match, Evan's got a handful with Jake Elkins. Let's see if Evan's prison tactics have any effect on Jake Elkins, who essentially is Superman.
I don't know.
I mean, Jake he hasn't been flustered at all. He's been one of the competitors that we haven't seen his energy start to dip. Some of these guys have started to kind of have their soul sucked out of him by the PGF. We've seen their energy start to drop, just the way they talk before and after their matches. But that's not the case with Jake Elkins. Can any of these tactics that Evans used, there's no way he's going to ruffle Jake, right? The veteran college wrestler.
No, because I see Evan using those tactics once he gets on top and the person that's on bottom is stalling. So, I definitely don't see that happening with Jake. Either one of those things, actually. Him going to the bottom or stalling. So, yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, and Evan's greatest power is his energy and ferocity. But the problem is he's dealing with a wrestler, a much bigger, much more skilled wrestler. And if you go harder at wrestlers, it's basically a declaration of war. So I feel like Evan's going to have to really showcase his bottom game. We haven't really seen much of it till now, but we'll see how well he fares.
And Scaff, I think you had brought up the point that Jake has been one of the ones that hasn't complained about the 6-minute matches, because wrestling has such short time periods that, and he's just used to playing at whatever rule set is placed in front of him. So, yeah.
And so probably the biggest match in Block 10 is Sam Barbosa versus Elijah Carlton. And these guys are separated by 3 points. Sam has had his ups and downs in the PGF, and it's really just been a pace issue. He's looked awesome in the majority of his matches, but he's got a tough match against Elijah. Will Elijah continue his streak of submitting all of his opponents in the PGF?
Yes. Oh man, this is gonna be such an awesome match. But yeah, I see Elijah being able to capitalize on it.
I'm not so sure.
No.
I think Elijah's amazing. He has amazing attack power, but Elijah seems to struggle with people that are a lot bigger than him. And I think Sam is a lot bigger than Elijah in this situation. And Sam has just as much belief as the bad guy. I'm going to give it to Sam Barbosa on this one. Okay. I feel like if Sam could make it to Elijah's back.
Well, what do you think? I'm curious about what you think.
I think that Elijah is going to tap Sam with an inside heel hook. Okay. There you go. There's a prediction.
So something that we've tried to incorporate within the PGF is a preseason combine. First season we did it, and we gave 2 points automatically to each competitor that participated. In the second season, I had to change the format for the PGF kind of at the last second, and it kind of left some of the competitors to where they weren't able to make the combine. I went ahead and honored those that did participate in the combine, and so we're going to take this time to add 2 points to the total of all the competitors that were at the combine. This also affects the fantasy score. So if you're playing for the $1,000 in fantasy and you picked one of these folks that Lindsay's about to list, then you're getting 2 extra points tonight.
Evan, Sam, Grayson, and Justin. So 2 points will be added to each one of their scores.
They say I'm broken in the
All right, we
brain,
got our
shot
first match
kerosene
of
in
the
my
night.
veins.
We've got Joshua Gibbs out of Virginia versus the black belt out of Oklahoma, Hunter Colvin. And Hunter's in 53 points. I mean, he really, every point's going to matter. Him and Elijah are tied. He needs 7 here. This is a match you can get 7. He needs to come out hot and looking to kill.
Absolutely. Got a minute for extra points.
Oh, I love it. Little jumping guillotine and just picks him up. He's looking right for that Kimura, and we know he's going to try and take the back off this Kimura. Yeah, this is
Some
over.
fast work.
Yeah, this
Josh
is
was
over.
already in trouble. 45 seconds for extra points, but it looks like he's got it.
7 points. That's huge for both his team and himself.
Yeah, I think he just made a mistake. He tried to like flying guillotine me and took all of his weight off. Just got a pretty good takedown, and then right to his back and choked him.
Yeah. I mean, that was fun. I mean, figured don't have much of a chance. I'm not going to beat him on the feet. And everyone who sat down, he's just going to pass the guard. So I figured my one shot was try to go out there, try to catch him like flying guillotine or something real quick, do something dynamic just in case. You know, didn't work. He made me pay for it. But, oh, man, I'd rather go out trying than just kind of lay back down and die. So, yeah, he took me down good, pretty hard, which is fine. It's the risk you take. And, yeah, he did what he does, man. Comes around to the side, gets that Kimura grip, takes her back, and, sinks in that choke. So, pretty quick, had to tap to that. But, man, he's a stud. What can you say about him?
That RNC gives Hunter Colvin 7 points. He got the submission within the first minute. So now Hunter is at 60 points for his total. Joshua Gibbs gets 0 points added to his total, so he remains at 10. So for this block 10, the red team is at 0 and the blue team is at 7.
Man, I really don't know if I'm going to be able to finish anybody in the first minute because I just can't wrestle. I lead with my left leg when I wrestle, and it's just not an option. And putting it, swapping stances and putting it to the backside, I just have no fire and power off of it as my back leg. So I have to sit in every match, which is not necessarily ideal, but it is what it is, and it's really forcing me to make the plays that are given to me. And yeah, I'm not overly concerned with being submitted by my man Judo Justin, but I'm going for 6 for sure.
Matt Elkins, he looks sharp. I like his fighting style, how he's gone so far with everybody. I'm excited to fight everybody, really. I am. Like I said, I don't study everybody, but I'm real excited just to get out there and see what I got, just test my mettle, so to speak. I really want to fight everybody.
So another red versus blue, and Matt's looking for the choke, and he's looking for that guillotine. That's definitely his preferred weapon. But he's going to have to start on bottom when we have not seen Judo Justin on top, so I am interested to see what his top game looks like. He's been forced to play bottom every single match. Do you think that'll have a big impact on this match with Judo Justin starting on top?
I think it will, but not for Justin. Got a minute for points.
I think Matt will be
Look
able
for
to
Matt to
pass
sweep,
easily. Yeah.
wrestle from bottom.
It's definitely going to be much tougher to get that 7 because this is a match that Matt could
Their
get
ankle
7.
pick right there from Matt Elkins.
He just needs to dive on the head right here.
And there's the dive right there.
Oh, he's looking for the Dars choke. He's
He
already
still
got
has
the
time for
Dars.
the extra points.
Yeah, that's 7.
Justin does a
Oh.
good job of escaping.
I thought he locked that up, but he'd got his
Matt in
bicep.
on a Kimura grip.
Back to the lockdown.
Justin has good defense. Using the lockdown very well, whipping.
Matt's very lucky that it's his right leg because he would be tapping. Like legit, if it was on the other side, I guarantee he would have to tap from. That was a strong whip right there.
Yeah. Maybe Justin thought that was.
Pass, looking for nice use of the punch choke to pass.
Matt in on the mount.
But Justin has been really tough to open
Justin
up.
escapes the mount. Shrimps away.
I really like that.
Matt decides to stay in the wrestle.
You could-
there he
he's like,
goes.
nah, dude.
Yeah, you can really see he's trying to avoid his natural instincts.
Well, he tried a little foot sweep right there, and you saw him make a little grimace.
Yeah. Matt in on an Ashi attempt. Justin doing a good job staying square and tries a rolling Kimura.
That was a mistake by Justin. He needs to just take his time on top. now. He's a minute and a half in. He's got Matt Elkins on top of him, and I would like to see Matt
Justin's got some good frames
avoid
in,
the
but
mount.
Gets mounted by Matt Elkins.
I would like to see him kind of jump off and go for those head and arm chokes again. Again, Judo Justin's been really tough, from this position. He's just going to bury in, and I mean, he's willing to take some grind to try and survive.
We got 4 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. Justin needs to take his time here. He's rushing a little bit. You see him breathing very heavy.
Matt trying to use that punch choke again, but it's going to be super difficult. Just with the beard. I really feel like the beard.
And looking like Justin's about to tap. Frames off of Matt's face.
That was a great use of the punch choke, though, to get the arm in position for an arm triangle.
Justin is fighting with everything he got. Alrighty, tap. Oh, a little Grayson tap.
Tap, 6 points. Man, you want to talk about textbook punch choke to arm triangle. Go back and study that, kids. That was just the perfect use of the punch choke to set up another submission.
Right here, Christmas pants. I don't know if you can get those in the shop. Christmas pants. Got to come with the pant game strong. All right. What do you boys want to chat about tonight? Man, I even said something in the middle of another one of his matches. My man's been put in several pretty tight chokes, and he just right out that guy. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen, bro. I don't know what he's belted in jiu-jitsu or if he is at all, but my man's got solid defense. That's for sure. He's not giving that extra point up in the first 60 seconds, and for that, sir.
That arm triangle gives Matt Elkins 6 points added to his total. He now has 31. So 0 points added to Justin's total. He remains at 7. So for this block 10, the red team is at 6. The blue team is at 7.
I don't know what to do. I'm going to try and work some chokes on the ladder too. Kevin did a pretty good job defending the back against Hunter, so I think if I go for that, it'll just put a little bit too much stress. So I'm gonna have to try and finish him as quick as I can. Maybe try the old Bobby Emmons trick again. See if I can hit that on him. I didn't hit it on anybody today that I wanted to, but who knows? Just gonna keep trying. Trying my best. I don't want to quit. Just going to try and push forward, It's not in me. It ain't in me to quit. I ain't quit nothing in my life, and I ain't going to start now. Well, no. I've beaten a lot of things in life. And it's another one of those things.
Man, Zach he sounds defeated. The body language is it's down right now, and he needs to find some confidence. He needs a big win here. This is a really big match for him. This is a winnable match. Kevin's been very up or down this season due to the coronavirus. Really limited his training, and Kevin's either been home run or bust. So we'll see. I mean, this is an exciting matchup. We got another leg locker versus a guy that wants to play on top. So we'll see who ends up sitting guard. I mean, the Bobby Eamons of just kind of get control of the head and look to
Kevin
come
looking
underneath.
to be on top.
Kevin definitely, though, is really starting to come into his own. You can tell he's starting to move a little bit better.
Zach looking to be on top now. Zach doing a little wrestling.
Well, honestly, it might be better for his back to just kind of be up.
Kevin with a nice throw.
Takedown. That's the third time I think we've seen Kevin use that little throw right
he
there.
he threw me with that same throw in PGF finale.
That's wild. He's got some really good setups for that. That's a really interesting. Nice sweep attempt. But if I'm Kevin and I'm his coach, I'm telling him, no, we're staying on top.
Zach using that leg to pummel and keep Kevin's arms off of his legs.
And I hate to say this, but if I'm Kevin, you need to force Zach into an inversion. You need to smash him. You need to really stress that back, because that's when Zach's kind of just started to, I don't want to say give up, but he's
Zach
really,
on a Kimura grip. Uses that to sweep.
really
Very
nice. He's almost in on the arm lock.
Kevin in defense mode right now.
Kevin's so tough, though. He's going to end up in this stack position. Kevin's really difficult to finish from here.
Ooh, that's a lot of strain on Zach's back.
Let it go.
That's what I'm saying. I think, like, those are the moments.
Ooh, Kevin with the leg drag attempt. Zach's playing this spider guard, no-gi spider guard to keep Kevin away.
he
Oh,
got
yeah,
that.
triangle.
That's
deep.
beautiful. Excellent job
Big
by
win
Zach.
for Zach.
Man, that was a beautiful pop triangle. I didn't see that coming.
Now Zach had I was trying to play the game to where I like my A game is the smash pass. Like I like playing Brandon's game. Like I like doing what you do. Everybody knows this. Like I like the Sao Paulo pass. Let's put some pressure on whatever else. I know what he's good at. He's good at leg locks. His triangles are good too, but I didn't even think anything about the triangle. I was thinking more he's probably gonna try to leg lock me, right? So I'm coming in there playing, trying to get through, and he had the best setup. Like when I was touching and feeling him out playing the grips. He had the perfect setup where he shot that leg up, and right when he caught it, it reminded me a lot of Brandon, like when he drops that leg across. And he had it good enough. I had a little bit of room where I could move and breathe, but he had it good enough to where I was like, there's no way I'm getting out. And he locked it up tight enough that it tapped. So it's a nice setup by him. It's beautiful work.
Felt went all right. I wanted to do a little bit different. I didn't really want to sit to my back, but I tried to grab a hold of his head and do like a flying guillotine. It just wasn't happening. So I ended up dropping. I think we rolled a little bit, and then he was kind of playing a little far away from me. He was playing, I was in a seated butterfly, and he was keeping his feet way behind him, and his hands were about at my feet level, like they were right in front of my feet. And I kind of just, in the spur of the moment, I remember I had a flow grappling highlight flow through my head of Felipe Andrew hitting triangle setup on Lucas Barbosa, and I was like, this is literally the same spot they were in. So I just took my leg, chucked it over his head, had a hold of his tricep, pulled him in, and managed to lock up a pretty quick triangle that I was able to finish off.
That triangle gives Zach 6 points, so added to his total, he now has 16. That adds 0 points to Kevin's total. He is at 15. So for block 10, red team is now at 12. Blue team remains at 7.
Grayson's cool. Grayson's super tough, so I think it'll be a good match just of like his will, like who wants it more, who wants to not. I don't want to end with a 0. Not necessarily super worried about his attacks, but just that he's super tough and it might take a while to get. So I think I'll have to be a little patient just to get to what I want, because I want to get 6 points. I don't want 3. I don't want 4. I want 6.
I mean, as far as like a strategy for that one goes, I mean, every single match he's sat guard, and obviously he does that because he's skilled at that. That's his game. So, I mean, maybe I definitely don't want to touch his legs. He seems to be skilled at that, and maybe if I can just pass his guard and maybe get a solid, side control or a mount, maybe I can try to make something happen. But that's best case scenario, just to get past those legs.
So this is one of those matches for both these guys. Like, how are they going to walk away from season 2? Are they going to be happy with their performance? Are they going to walk away with a couple of wins, or are they just going to have been giving up points the entire season? And this is a winnable match for both of these guys. I think that James, like his best offense is going to be the leg locks. I just haven't seen anything that shows that he's really got any like dangerous chokes.
James wins the collar tie. Tries an arm drag. Grayson doing a good job squaring back up.
Man, James is long. I wonder what weight he fights at.
Both men not wanting to be on bottom, but as I say that, James pulls guard. Grayson needs to be very careful here. He's right into a triangle.
He just put himself in a triangle. That was a big mistake.
But
Man,
he
we've
uses
seen
it as
these
a
guys
body
just
lock
bully
pass.
pass.
Yeah.
This is the season of the bully pass, dude. Season 2 is the bully pass season.
This is a nice frame James used.
Yeah, but see, a lot of these movements.
I like
he's
Grayson's.
righty in.
Yeah.
He's already on another triangle.
It looks like he's gonna tap.
Oh, he's
fighting
an
them.
armbar though. Will you
Oh,
let go?
let's go for a second.
Tap.
Ah.
And he gets the armbar. Yeah, Grayson just put himself into 2 triangles. I mean, it really wasn't even a setup. He just walked in and
I like his energy, but he's just falling too much into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he reached his arm underneath.
I appreciate his effort though. That's
What's up, boys? Yeah, it was Grayson. It was good. Came in, stood with him a little bit, and then just went to the ground, kind of played my game. Ended up getting to the triangle position. He was putting a lot of heavy pressure on, and kind of waited for him to, get off balance, get his hips a little too high, pulled everything in. Thought I got him to tap with the choke, but it ended up being the arm. So, but put that one away in under a minute, so it was good. Got that extra point.
He actually tried to stand with me for a minute. I thought he was going to sit to his butt immediately, but he stood with me a minute, and then I think he sat down. I really don't, man. It's all a blur. This week's been crazy. But, I thought that I was going to do better than I did, but, he ended up getting it. I think it was with an arm bar, and, it was slick. It was real nice. I thought he was going to try to go for my feet, go for my legs and stuff, but he ended up getting the arm bar. It was nice.
So that armbar gives James Regina 4 points. He got the submission within the first minute. His total now is at 11. And so for this block 10, the red team is at 16 and the blue team is at 7.
I'm not going to back away like he's been doing, of just like extending his legs and pushing people. And so he's going to have to actually grapple me. And I'm going to be honest, like, it's going to be whoever gets a bite first. And like, if he can get a hold of one of my legs, I think he can finish me. I've never really rolled with him, but I'm gonna respect the fact that other people say he's a good leg locker. So I'm gonna do my best to not let him get on my legs. If I get a Kamoy or a front headlock, the same is true for me. So.
Are you gonna beat him?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I don't see how he beats me, so it's gonna be a draw or a win in my favor.
There's no way that he tap.
No. Chase Hanna tried for 10 minutes to try to heel hook me, and I think Chase can heel hook Elijah.
I think I seen it on his face today that he knew that he bit off a little bit more than he could chew. Even coming here, I think between Hunter smashing his shit and just seeing what I did today to people he's not going to be able to do that to, and didn't do it to. I think I seen on his face today he ain't ready. So easy work tomorrow. I put Sam away quick. I'm not coming out of this in third place, I'll tell you that, and neither is Hunter. So it'll be either Hunter first or me first, and then vice versa for second. That's how I see it for sure.
You just don't feel any threat from Sam at all?
No, not at all. The momentum's real too, man. I'm on this momentum train, dude. I 24-0 in the first season and 8-0 right now, right? Yeah. It's gonna take a lot to bust that streak, especially to put an actual loss on that streak. To draw me out, that's a little bit of a different story, you know. But nobody's finishing me in this season, I'll tell you that. Yeah, put your money on me.
Well, the bad guy, he's done so good, it's not 8, it's actually 9. So he's 33-0 and he's 9-0 this season, but he's going against Sam Barbosa, and this is probably Elijah's toughest test to date. I mean, he doesn't see much from Sam from what he just said, but Sam is a very, very, very good grappler, and he's right, Sam is right. Chase Hanna, who is a phenomenal leg locker, one of the best leg lockers in the Southeast. I mean, he couldn't.
Elijah immediately donkey guard. Sam jumps over and immediately does a crab ride.
That
looking
was
for the
amazing.
Back. Elijah with a toe hold attempt. Sam immediately passing. We're getting a lot of action, guys. We got 45 seconds till extra points are over.
Man, Sam's coming in hot.
Yeah, I like to see an active Sam.
Both of them. I mean, whew.
Oh, this is the triangle setup, though.
Very strong triangle attempt.
He's
by
got the
Elijah.
tricep.
He's so good at this setup right here, and he looks like he's deep in it.
But Sam is so strong.
Wow.
Look
Sam
how he just
reverses it.
pulled out of that.
Yeah.
A normal human couldn't have done that.
No, I've never seen anybody pull out of Elijah's triangle attempts like that. Arm drag attempt.
Nice.
Elijah's on top.
Now, this isn't good for Sam. I mean, Sam doesn't do his best work on bottom. He's very defensive, but one mistake against Elijah, you're going to sleep.
Oh, another triangle attempt. Elijah knows exactly what he wants, and he's just laser focused on it.
Yeah, but he's very aware. Sam's defense is really top notch.
Yeah, he's holding on to that bottom leg and making sure it doesn't come out.
I'm gonna pause it for a second. My kneecap just came out.
No.
So Sam, if you guys didn't hear that, Sam just said his kneecap came out of place. So he just put his kneecap back in. Now he's back to fight. I mean, that was like the most like normal reaction to, hey, my kneecap just came out of place.
Amazing sportsmanship by both guys, because you don't have to stop there, Elijah. You could take that, but
what do you think Evan would have done?
Busted the other kneecap.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. No, Evan has a stand-up character too. He would have let that time pass, but as soon as the clock's on, he would have went right back to kill. I love Elijah's attack.
Well, how much does that affect you mentally? I mean, you just literally stop the match and say, my kneecap just came out.
Yeah, that's rough.
He seemed like it was a normal thing.
Nice.
Sam with a beautiful sweep. These triangle attempts are real.
He's just
Sam
so
seems to be
aware,
on
though.
it,
Sam
though.
is just so aware, and when he makes a mistake, he's so strong that he can recover.
Elijah's looking real powerful, just passing.
He's past the guard.
Sam looks like he's struggling on bottom a little bit.
I mean, Sam's got good frames, but he really does give up a lot on bottom. And it's because he has so much confidence.
Elijah's
in
looking
his
for that
defense.
triangle. There it is. He pops it up. Oh no, Sam's in trouble.
out, though.
Good frames, and he goes in on a leg attempt. I love that these guys are not giving an inch. They drew a line in the sand.
I think Elijah, right around this 3-minute mark, needs to start thinking legs.
Oof. Headlock attempt by Elijah. Sam
Everything upper body is just going to be so difficult on Sam.
Sam's breathing heavy. Not a good sign.
Man, and Elijah looks really fresh. I mean,
Real
generally in
fresh.
Elijah's matches, he's the one breathing heavy.
Yeah, if you're able to pull a neon belly on somebody, you're doing very well in the match. A comfortable neon belly.
Good at him.
Elijah mounts. Sam had to give up that mount to avoid that triangle attempt. Elijah just forcing his way.
I love this.
Pirate's
setup from
crucifix. Elijah on bottom, still looking for that triangle.
Yeah, Sam's just a little too big and a little too strong. I mean, that's what that was right there. He just recognition and, hey, I'm going to out-athlete you.
And this is an injured Sam, too. Like, I wonder, full strength Sam.
I don't know, man. Is he really injured? I mean, the way he said it, it wasn't
His
like he
kneecap popped. Oh, wow, he gets the ankle lock.
I would say I said leg lock. But I did say leg lock.
Mr. Nice Guy.
How'd it go?
I absolutely shredded his ankle to pieces. Got the tap with a straight ankle. Yeah, I'm sure everybody in the gym heard it. I told you what I was going to do. I was going to end that hype train. I looked for the choke for a minute or so. Couldn't find it. Straight ankle was there. I should have went there the whole time and got the 4 points. I was looking for the choke. He was mistaken that I wanted his leg right off the bat. I probably could have found it right off the bat if I wanted it. But I wanted the choke. I wasn't going to put too much time into it, though. I'm not trying to waste energy. It was just right there. I literally just grabbed his ankle and pulled in the ashi and finished the straight ankle. It sounded awful. After like the third pop, I looked at him. I was like, I'm gonna break it.
Yeah, that was a beautiful match. In the majority of my life, I like to think I've got my ego out the way. But when somebody goes for a straight ankle on me, I go, that's not real. Ah! And like it's such I'm so glad it happened now as opposed to the playoffs. And like when I'm rolling, I'm like, especially the first time I roll with you, I just want to like see if you can submit me. And like I'm not going to be attacking too much, just as it's a rule of thumb. I want to know if there's anything I need to be afraid of. And like couldn't catch me with this triangle. And like I felt really good. And like next time I might like try to push a little bit harder once I've defended it to pass and whatnot. And like I know to be a little bit more well-intentioned. I loved that match. I'm a bigger guy, like stature-wise, and I'm athletic. Being at a gym with not a bunch of athletes, it's not 16 killers like in the PGF right now. Winning gets boring.
Okay, so that straight ankle is going to give Elijah 3 points added to his total. He now is at 56 points. 0 points added to Sam's total. He remains at 50. So for block 10, the red team is at 19, and the blue team remains at 7.
I mean, Elijah, he's just keeps, you put somebody in front of him, and he just keeps slaying people left and right, whether it's the leg locks, whether it's the chokes, it doesn't matter. This guy is a submission specialist, and in my mind, man, he's one of the top 3, 4, 5 guys under 225 in the Southeast. You heard this here first. He is a PGF legend already. I mean, he's 34-0. 34-0 in the PGF, and like he just beat Sam really badly. And I know Sam, like he just said that whatever he just said, I don't believe it. He came out there to win that match, and he lost.
I'm just gonna go in there and do my best, and get to it, and we'll see where that lands me. But dude, just don't sleep on me, like for real. Don't underestimate me because I mean I'm a blue belt, but I don't know. The visualization I've been doing throughout this has really helped me a lot. I just want to say that if anybody who's competing doesn't do any visualization before it, you got to do that shit because it changes the game a whole lot, really. I think about the best outcome, which would be just winning in an incredible fashion. The worst outcome, which is losing like a piece of crap and then injured and you can't really do anything. And by that, you kind of like land somewhere like in the middle, With me, that's kind of what I think. Or you hit the top, or you suck, or whatever. But the thing is, I'm just okay. I'm totally okay with any of those outcomes. So at the end of the night, I'm gonna be happy leaving here. That's all that matters, really.
Evan, hey, dude, my man wants it. You know what I'm saying? Evan a lot stapler, bro. My man wants it. He's playing tough. We train together all the time. So, dude, those are tough matchups, right? Like somebody knows your game in and out. Like they're gonna play tactically. They're gonna take all that data and try to compete. We'll see how it goes, bro. I'm excited though. I respect that he's a young dude on the hustle, and so older guy, banged up, whatever else. Like he don't care what anybody's belt is. He's coming to give you the pressure, and so you gotta, you can't take it lightly, right? Everybody else is finding that out. So yeah, looking forward to it. 6 points. It's happening. Watch.
Man, I love that. I mean, maybe the best I think Elijah's pre-fight against Sam was the best, but I love both these guys. Coming into this match, they both had phenomenal seasons, and big issue for Evan Stapler. His bottom game is not where his top game is, and that's the issue with being a blue belt. It's like he's clearly better than a blue belt on top, but when he's on bottom, he's still a blue belt. And
all right,
he's
Evan
going to be on
looking to
bottom.
stand. Maybe not the wisest choice, Evan. Oh, beautiful takedown.
He's going right for the quick finish.
Yeah, but I think it's a bad idea to go for an arm bar, especially when you're that dominant. He should probably take more points. Gets the quick tap.
Not yet.
Wow, Evan doing a good job of corkscrewing out. Gets the tap.
Yeah, that was Jake being nice. Jake was being nice. He saw him let up once, let up twice, and then he went for the break on that third attempt.
Man, get trained with Evan all the time. Respect, he stood up, didn't want to sit down. He was like, fight me like a man. Everybody just keeps leading that everyone's got a lazy collar tie, and it just keeps playing out. Like, I kind of laugh, I don't know how many slide bys I've hit now, but everybody's used to framing, holding on with that collar tie from bottom, and you can't grab like that from your feet. And so slide by to his back.
got to kind of, I call it a shoulder lock there from standing, but went to mat return. I thought about pulling some mighty mouse stuff on the way down, but yeah, man, took him down right into the armbar situation pretty quick. I thought about holding on and getting the choke or whatever else, and I just, was like, no, put it away now. Kind of gave him a look at it too. He held on. I mean, the man wants it all the way. And I respect that. So gave him a chance and then kind of went through it again and he gave it up. So
he picked me up, dumped me on my ass, and put me in an armbar.
That armbar gives Jake Elkins 4 points added to his total. He got the submission within the first minute. So now Jake's total is at 40. 0 points are added to Evan's total. He remains at 34. So for block 10, the red team is at 23. The blue team remains at 7.
Like I said about those big guys, they don't really got much. They don't got no technique to worry about. I just got to worry about them being on top of me and crushing me. So I feel like I'll just tire him out. Eventually, I'll just blast double, get him on his back, and we work from there.
So, a good match. He's similar to Randy, I think. He has higher level jiu-jitsu. So, yeah, I'm going to have to think through the strategy on that one. I mean, I think we'll probably stand. I'll try to get on top with him, and play that top game.
So here we go. We've got another red versus blue matchup. And with that last match, the blue team cannot come back and win this block. The red team, already all of their competitors get an extra point. But here we go. We got Mega Mike Johnson going against Kamoy. And guys, who has the submission advantage? Who has better submissions, Kamoy or Mike?
I would say Kamoy.
I would say Kamoy as well.
Mike's been struggling to really close the deal with almost everybody.
Kamoy's had triangle, arm triangle.
Whoever gets on top is going to win this match. I mean, not really much of a prediction, but that's what's going to happen. Whoever gets on top wins.
Kamoy predicts a blast double.
I've seen a lot of guys make predictions that haven't come true.
Oh, there it is. There's the setup. Like a little arm drag attempt. Beautiful.
Nice.
Gets Kamoy down.
Advantage Mike. This is Mike's world. He's looked amazing on top all season.
Look for Kamoy to set up his signature triangle from bottom. He's working an overhook. Mike trying to trap that bottom foot and use it to pass this butterfly.
Yeah, he needs to keep those hooks stuffed. Nice. All right, Kamoy's got some game from the closed guard. If Kamoy's not on top, I want to see him in closed guard. Those are definitely. This is definitely his best bottom position.
Yes, I like the way he goes right to it too. Some people will waste a lot of time and then go to it when they're tired.
Well, the triangle's his best movement, and so any place that gives him a chance to put up a triangle, I want to.
Sloppy armbar attempt by Kamoy costs him the guard pass by Mike.
Yeah, that was really sloppy. He didn't have an angle at all. Tried to throw the foot over the face, and he got bully passed.
Kamoy does a good job of getting that underhook before his guard is passed, though. But Mike can feel it, so he's staying tight.
This is where, you're going against a guy that normally competes in point tournaments. He's not giving you an inch. He'd rather just go to a draw because, in his mind, he's like, no, I just dominated you for 4 minutes. So Kamoy's really going to have to work to escape.
Kamoy does a good job. Beautiful sweep by Kamoy. Now he's on
really
top.
Nice. That was some Eddie Bravo. I couldn't see. Maybe that was a jailbreak. I didn't see how he got his leg back inside, but really crafty work from Kamoy.
Now we get to see Mike on bottom. I'm surprised. I wonder what he's going to pull off.
Mike, he hasn't been very mobile on bottom. It's very, very traditional half guard. We saw him in his.
Got a butter half action going on right now. Not really using it for much except the frame, though.
Yeah, he went back to his knee shield, and this has been pretty knee shield, quarter guard, half guard.
Kamoy tries to twist or pass there.
Kamoy needs to get on the outside and use his movements to pass Mike's guard.
Yeah, but these are both players that like to do pressure passing, so they want to be as close as possible. Going backwards is probably not an option for them. Mike in on a Kimura trap attempt. Kamoy senses it, switches to that twister side.
Nice pass, nice twister pass.
Make sure you guys are given to the super chat.
Mike frames away.
Ooh,
regains
nice
his guard.
Marcelo escape. Nice Heisman right there.
This is great jiu-jitsu by both these guys.
Yeah, it's been a really entertaining match so far.
I wish Mike would. I know he's trying to stay safe, but I wish he would do something a little bit more action from bottom or get out of bottom if it's not working. Kamoy doing a good job of keeping that chest to chest, underhook, and just
Mike
pressure.
Resorting to the lockdown, and the lockdown doesn't quite have the hook in, so he doesn't have the lace where he wants it.
Yeah, Mike's in trouble.
Heavy breathing, looking for that lockdown, can't quite get the lace.
Kamoy's inching his knee up and up and up.
Kamoy trying to force that leg out. Maybe not the best idea, but he's really dominating his position.
Hey, Kamoy attempts a knee slide.
Nice, he's in this 3/4 mount, looking to pin the wrist. I mean, this is a triangle setup. If he can get that leg free, you know he's going to the triangle.
Yep. Mike doing some heavy breathing. He has a good frame on that hip. Does a good job of squaring up, and now his back is flat. Kamoy might use that to knee slice or go back to mount. But Mike throws that lockdown.
Okay, a little whip, but Kamoy gets the underhook, and man, you have to. We've been really seeing guys use the lockdown in their worst moments. So the lockdown, not going to have very many highlight moments this season.
Yeah, it's a great move, but you got to understand how to use it when you're being smushed to the ground too, not just when you are mobile.
Yeah, Kamoy now really trying to force
Mike back in on this butter half, and he's working his way out slowly by slowly. Look for Mike or Kamoy to really push the pace because both men have under 45 seconds. Kamoy with that blast double that he promised.
Nice.
Mike tries to reverse it. Oh, here we go, guys. I like how both men are going for it.
Nice hop over.
Kamoy's
Past the guard. He's going to need to pop a triangle. I mean, he's got 30 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like Mike's in defense mode.
Armbarring, let's go, let's go. 20 seconds, armbarring. Don't listen to Elijah, he's a brown belt.
20 seconds, Kamoy, 20 seconds.
Look like he's looking for that head and arm. Oh, a little judo sit
Doesn't
up.
quite have it. He doesn't have it. Yeah, keep passing.
Looks like both men fall short, and it's a draw. Really great action by both men.
Big guy, big ass guy. I felt like I dominated the match. He was good at stopping me from doing what I needed to do to finish, but it went exactly how I predicted. Big guy, probably be hard to finish with kind of my style, because styles usually cancel out sometimes.
Yeah, it was a good match. I mean, I think we were matched well. We got similar styles, some good back and forth. Not the offensive match that I wanted, but some good grappling exchanges for sure.
That draw is going to give 0 points added to both of those competitors. So Mike Johnson remains at 13. Kamoy remains at 23. For Block 10, the red team remains at 23. The blue team is at 7.
It'll probably go pretty similar to Mike. I think he's a little more comfortable on his back, though, so I have to look out for that. Steven's like a lighter heavyweight, so when he goes against guys that are bigger than him, I feel like he kind of has a decent game against heavier guys, so I can't sleep on him on top, really.
Not wrestling with Randy. Not wrestling with him. I'm going to use my stuff, my secret stuff if I can. It's not secret, but it's different. He knows what it is. Secret. It's... I don't have there's no real name for it, I guess, or whatever. It's not anything special, I guess, if you break it down. But it's little shin-to-shin stuff that I play.
Okay, we're about to see some secret moves. Hey, if we see like a no-touch knockout or a no-touch submission, how many people from the PGF fan base are moving to Georgia to train this year?
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. But here we go. We've got the two blue team representatives. And Steven talking like the veteran black belt that he is, like, hey, let me help this young pub up. And we'll see if it's the young pup's time.
Very smart play by Steven to pull guard immediately. Waste no energy, and you don't get injured.
Looking to play a little shin to shin, and let's see what the shin to shin looks like. Right into the old school.
Taking advantage of his knowledge of 10th Planet.
Man, an
over the young Randy.
Though.
Randy needs to be careful here. He is very vulnerable to a sweep, but Randy's got great base.
Man, is that Elijah Carlton giving some good? That was some really good advice right there, if that was. Nice. Look, the double unders here. This is such a powerful position. This is a position that is super underutilized in jiu-jitsu. You guys need to add this to your game. If you're
Randy's
watching,
got a strong whizzer on there, though. Keeping Steven down.
Yeah, but this is Steven's only chance to sweep him from here. With just one underhook, there's no way he's winning this dogfight position against Randy.
Yeah, that whizzer, that's the collegiate level whizzer. Yeah,
Steven needs to do a little bit better job cutting the corner. You see he's trying to get, though, back into the quarter guard. He's back in the quarter now. Oh, I love seeing some really good 10th Planet half and quarter guard work.
Steven doing a good job looking for that old school sweep and the double unders, just chaining those two together.
Man, Randy's just like, come on, man.
He's so good about knowing where his base should be.
Look at those overhooks. That was amazing.
Yeah, wrestlers understand.
Whatever he just did right there, how he just basically picked up Steven.
I think he created like an arm bar on those arms with that overhook, forcing Steven to release.
Yeah, that was awesome. It's a good match, man. We're 2 minutes in, and the time's just flying by.
Randy's in really good control. Passes Steven's guard, but Steven regains that half guard. Still looking for the same tactic of this sweeping from a half guard, but
yeah,
not finding much luck.
He needs to win this crossface and now fight for this underhook. Oh, but Steven's now found the lockdown, and this is where he wants to be. This is Steven's best game from bottom. Looking for this electric chair sweep.
It's going to be tough. Randy's thighs are so strong. I bet just pulling them apart is just impossible, and that crossface is not helping.
Yeah.
Randy does a really pro move right there, but lands in that close guard. He tried to use that butterfly to open up that lockdown half guard.
Dude, Randy is just so calm. It's like, I love watching him chew his gum. It's kind of mesmerizing. He's just breathing, chewing, and just whizzering his way through people.
Yeah, he already has the composure of a seasoned vet.
Yeah, he does, man.
Which is amazing, even just for anything.
You know, he moves at a very similar pace of Sam Barbosa.
I can see that. I agree.
Well, he definitely has the reps on the competition.
Steven's in this close guard.
Dude.
It seems like he's using it as a moment to think and see and just analyze and see if maybe he can, use maybe a triangle or arm bar catch right there.
Nice. Really nice guard break. Right back into this passing position.
Ooh, I don't like where Randy's shin is.
Yeah, his knee is definitely in a funky position.
Steven can use that to get up underneath his hips.
Yeah, Randy's hips are a little bit too much on top of Steven, but it seems to be working.
Nice. Randy needs to crossface and donkey kick that leg free. He needs a crossface.
I think Steven is trying to time that and explode out of here as soon as that happens, but
this
Randy
is
in on a
not the
headlock.
answer. Yeah, this is not the answer, though. This is not the right time for the headlock.
Steven's been leading with that head a little bit too much and exposing that headlock opportunity for Randy, but I feel like he just doesn't respect Randy's headlocks.
No. And that's how Randy's going to end up flat on his back. If he goes for a guillotine right there, he's not going to finish.
And there we go. Steven finally gets his greatest opportunity right here. And Randy uses that whizzer once again to push him right back down.
Dude, Randy's a handful, man. This has been an awesome match. Both guys have looked incredible. I wish this was longer than 6. We got
wow,
1:15
great transition
left.
into that front headlock.
Here we go. Nice.
Steven's in defense mode now.
It's going to be tough, though. I mean, Steven, a black belt under Boogie Martinez. He's got some of the best front headlock attacks in the world.
Yeah, but this is a situation where the pace is just too overwhelming, and the pressure is just a combination is just too much. Every time he tries to set something up, it's just like a wall falls on him.
He's got 50 seconds. Yeah, this kid's gonna be scary when he gets some submissions. There's just no. You can see he just isn't comfortable with any submissions.
Yeah, he's experimenting.
Experimenting is the word. Yes.
And this is not a good opportunity to do that right now. You just don't have the time.
Oh, nice. That's gonna
ankle
deep.
lock.
That's deep.
He's gonna have to crank that.
Oh, Steven made a huge mistake though.
Wow.
He should have kept on that straight ankle.
Great opportunity.
He tried to turn it into like a reap. A big mistake.
Wow. Randy with an attempt to throw. Steven is in the mount.
Oh,
looking for the head and arm. He's got 4 seconds.
He's gonna get the tap.
Wow!
Oh, 2 seconds.
It's a tap. It's a head and arm tap in 2 seconds.
Dude, match of the night.
I don't know, man. Nothing would stick to that guy. Like, I felt like I threw a bunch of good stuff at him. Some of the stuff that I thought I was pretty good at, and he kind of deflected everything. He's got a really interesting movement, the way that he handles the pressure, for lack of a better term, that you put on him, and he went for that like lateral, I guess, or whatever it is, with the double overhooks. And I think he did that to somebody else earlier this week, man. And I saw like my life like flash before my eyes for a half a second, and somehow I was able to see it, I guess, fast enough and landed. I think my head went under his chin. I think my forehead hit him right up under the chin and neck. He was a little bit.
I thought maybe he got kind of flash knocked out, or you knocked the breath out of him when you landed on him.
Something. That's what I think.
He gave it up. Right
It was too easy. It was too easy, and it wasn't. He may have been trying to be friendly to me in that ending thing, but I don't think so. I talked to him a little bit about it, but he said that he was down. He said that it kind of like, he didn't say dazed or anything like that, but he said it put him down, and I was like, okay, well, I obviously didn't mean to do that either. I didn't want to drop my forehead into the guy's head, but I didn't want to land on my face either.
Steven's really good, knowledgeable and technical. It was fun because I hadn't really seen him really work bottom at all, and it was just like interesting to see that he had a game from there. Unfortunately, I think I got a little overzealous when we got back to our feet. I attempted to throw, and then he just landed right in the mount. And I guess he just smelled blood and just went for the choke at the end. But overall, I had fun in that match. I really did. So in that position, I think I want to say we ended up in a dogfight position, and he worked back up to his feet. I might be wrong, but I ended up having double overs. And typically, I'm pretty comfortable here. I went for a throw, but there was just no pressure. He wasn't pressuring in. He kind of sat back. And when I went down, like, he just ended up in mount. And that was basically it from there.
Did you hit your head?
I'm not so much. I'm mostly just flat backed. Yeah.
That arm triangle gives Stephen Aiken 6 points added to his total, so he now is at 35 points. 0 points are added to Randy's total. He remains at 11. So for block 10, the red team ends with 23 points. The blue team ends with 13 points. So 1 point is going to get added to each competitor on the red team. So let's go over those new totals. Elijah is going to be at 57. Jake, 41. Evan, 35. Matt, 32. Mike, 14. Zach, 17. Joshua, 11. James, 12. The blue team, Hunter is at 60. Sam, 50. Stephen, 35. Kamoy, 23. Kevin, 15. Randy, 11. Grayson, 11. Justin, 7.
At the end of block 10, we've got Hunter Colvin at 60 now and Elijah Carlton at 57. Elijah keeps the submission streak alive in the PGF, and I'm really hoping at the final week they're within a couple of points or hopefully tied, and the winner of that match will decide who is Season 2 regular season champion. We saw one of the best matches of the season so far. That last match, man, between the blue and black belt. I mean, you had Steven and the Georgia representatives, because you had Steven out of Perry, Georgia, representing Boogie Martinez. And, man, you talk about dump truck Randy coming out there and looking like a seasoned vet. How much has Randy improved throughout this season?
What do you think, Joe?
Exponentially. He is rookie of the year. He's most improved. I mean, he's just. My only concern is, he's learning in the most hostile environment. So, I kind of I'm scared for his health, because you saw, like, even in just the way he experiments, like he's gonna try to knee slice, but then he really pushes his knee the boundary of the limits of his body, and that can be kind of a little bit sketchy. So that's my only concern. But as far as mentally, he's just getting better and better every day.
Right. I think Randy is actually taking the PGF and using it for what it's meant to be used for those lower belts. Find your holes in your game and capitalize on points when you can, but just look for the improvement over the season. And Randy, like you were saying, has improved exponentially.
So with that triangle tap, is the Squidbilly, Zach Edwards, is he back in it? Are we going to see Zach make a run through these final few games, and is he going to make the tournament? He's at 17 right now. Can he do it? Is he going to end up passing Kamoy to earn a spot in the PGF finale?
I would love to say if there was some, magic potion to make Zach's back all better, that he would, yes, rise to the top. But I really think that his back is going to inhibit his A game. And so I think once he gets into bad situation, he's always falling back into that A game. So I think he's very limited right now.
Yeah, I think that was a very much needed win for Zach, a really big morale boost, because he seems like he's hitting a mental wall. So I feel like gets another win, we might see Zach rebound, and we might see Zach come back and potentially, I don't know, maybe squeeze his way into the lower top 4, or maybe the top 4 of his side. I'm not sure, but it would just be nice to see Zach have a good ending to this PGF. That's my hopes.
Yeah, and I made a mistake. That was on the blue team side, so Zach has to make up 15 points to catch Matt Elkins, and that's a tall task, especially with Matt, his upcoming match against Grayson Webster. You kind of expect him to get 6 more right there, and he's going to be well ahead. So I think it's going to be really tough for the Squidbilly, but I would love to see him go on a run and really get a couple of highlights like he expected to do this season.
I really did like seeing him capitalize and get some points, and I'm hoping that does give him some more confidence for the upcoming matches.
So you guys were on a van trip going to some competition, your van wrecked, and you had to walk out of the woods. You're in some dark, scary place like Woodville, and so you had to find your way out. And as you're hiking through the woods, you come upon a box canyon. This post represents a rock wall as high as you can see, as far as you can see. That little pine tree represents a rock wall as high as you can see, as far as you can see. And the canyon has been blocked by what is obviously the work of the deadly mutant pygmy jungle wolf spider. So what do you know about spiders? How do they hunt?
If you touch the web.
Vibration. So if you vibrate this web, the spider will come down and envenomate you, and strange and wonderful things will happen. Okay, so don't touch the web. All right. Okay, you become Spider-Man. No, that only works if it's in a microwave. All right. The other part of this is that if you touch the web, it's sticky. So you could get sticky stuff. It could stick your eyes together. It could stick your hand out in a certain position. It could do strange and wonderful stuff. So you're not going to touch the web. Can't go over the web. Obviously can't go under the web. The only way is to go through the web, and you can't touch it or vibrate it at all. Once a hole has been used, it is closed and may not be used again.
Listen, the early people and the late people are going to have to go through the bottom because you don't have anybody on the other side.
They got to be fat.
So that's got to be like your first two and your last two.
Watch your head. Watch your head.
Watch that spiky hair. You're not nearly as cool.
Hey, awesome. Oh. Sean Connery.
Hold on. Slow.
I'm going to catch your arms just in case you were to not go well.
There you go.
Maybe
try and do. That's what I was going to do. Well, I mean, if you can get through it, go ahead, baby.
Left leg.
Right leg. There you go.
Woo! That was a big deal, boys.
All right. Keep it tight. Keep it careful.
I don't know.
Don't touch the rope. Don't touch the rope.
Watch the rope. Wait, somebody take Hunter.
Watch his cake. He's good.
Watch.
Oh, they're all over the rope.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to call that a foul. Put him down. Put your sleeve out and stick your elbow into your ribs. That's the curse of the praying mantis. Your hand can come out, just one hand. So there you are.
That's a strong hand.
Praying mantis.
Rodney, watch the rope. Watch the rope. Watch the rope. Got the feet. Got the feet. Stay back.
Somebody has to take his weight. He's good.
He just called your head.
Stay back, Sam.
We got you.
Got it. Good job.
Hey.
Woo! I can't see.
Grab his feet and make sure they don't touch.
Right?
Now, we're gonna lift his hip. Somebody make sure.
Hand down.
Somebody get a hold of his hip.
They're gonna push him too high.
He has his eyes closed now, but
Big
this
guy,
arm is
man.
paralyzed
These
out
two
at
are the
45. Your arm is out. There you go.
And then your head, and then we'll lift it.
All right. There's no way that's gonna work. You through first?
What?
If you pick his body up. Hold on. So how about first?
I'm not a rocket scientist or anything.
It's his head.
Slow.
Come on. I'm passing him to y'all. Somebody get his hips. Watch his arm. Now turn.
All right, good job.
We just walked.
I just walked over and found this today.
Bridge. Yep, you're good. You're good. Now I'm gonna hold your hips and just walk your legs or your arms forward. So.
Good job.
Game, set, clear.
So tell me about what your plan was.
Big guys go lower and the small guys go over the top.
Okay. How did it feel to give up control?
Easy. I think we're used to it in this sport.
Yeah.
We choke each other out on the regular. You have to get used to that.
There's a lot of you have to use trusting strangers in this sport, very quick. Yeah. Also, I think like in this sport, there's a lot of like some guys come in with ego and some guys don't. But at the end of the day, like it's an equalizer. Like none of us are better than the other. Like in jiu-jitsu, yes, there are guys better than some like others here. But in life, like we all like have an equal playing field and we respect each other in that aspect, and we're all here for the same goal. So regardless if we like give each other shit or joke, like we all respect each other as competitors and as people.
Like we were willing, everybody was just willing to kind of like, I don't know, try it. Like if he screws up, then you just lose his arm or something. You know, it's like, we'll figure it out. You know, like you're willing to risk it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, let's try it.
And there are some things you just have to try. You may not be in your comfort zone, but we're not going to get through this. I mean, it's not rocket surgery. You pick somebody up, you stick them through. Done. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, you're not going to get through there. Unless you decide, hey, I'm going to do this on my own. And very rarely can people do this by themselves. I mean, the low holds, yeah, you can crawl through those bottom ones. But for the most part, you've got to just say, hey, there's only one way to learn. There's only one way to learn jiu-jitsu. And that's to get in there and get abused on a regular basis. And the more abuse you take, the better you get at it, I think. Time to bear the heavier load, you needed people who had already been through. You needed people on the other side. The ending takeaway I always get from this is, and my job is I'm fortunate that what I'm on the planet to do, I think, and what I get paid to do are real close to each other. You know, some guys work at the arsenal and they make money and it funds the other thing. I think some of you guys that are coaches are in the business of changing lives, and jiu-jitsu happens to be your vehicle. It's not the end game, it's a vehicle to do something else. If you want to know why you're on the planet, figure out what you've been through. And whatever you've been through qualifies you to help somebody else get through it. And it may be just coaching jiu-jitsu and making, disciplined people out of other people. But it may be that gives you the vehicle to have a discussion about, hey, my parents divorced, or hey, I dealt with this injury, or overcame this disease, or whatever. But yeah, when you go through something, it qualifies you to do the heavy lifting to help somebody else go through it. Absolutely every time. Very good, Brandon. When you start thinking about, oh man, I've got this thing that I can't do, or I've got this thing they've taken away from me. Sometimes we do that as instructors to open a path for you to think differently and behave differently so you're more successful. And so that thing that you think is your problem, again, that's one of those things. What are you going through that's going to qualify you to help other people go through? And the thing that you think takes away from your life may be the thing that gives you definition. Quit worrying about what you're not and figure out what you can do with what you got. The same thing you think makes you vulnerable probably makes you functional. Anything else on the spider web? You guys did a great job of that, by the way.
Matt Viper, the official sponsor of the PGF. Get your gear now at mattviper.com. Keeping Up with Jones, the Lonnie Jones podcast. Available now on Apple, Spotify, and all other podcasting apps. Physical Therapy and Balance Center. Kentucky Signs and Graphics. Get your custom signs and banners at kysignsandgraphics.com. The Grappling Discourse podcast. Available now on Apple, Spotify, and all major podcasting apps. Subconscious Studios. High quality motion pictures. Amanda Sharon Real Estate. She specializes in first-time home buying, resale, relocation, investing, and new construction. Give her a call at 904-510-4596. Dr. Cantrell is a sports medicine orthopedic surgeon. He specializes in reconstruction of the shoulder and knee. B&G Logistics, providing ground logistics and support to all companies in the southeastern United States. R&R Group Home, a day center committed to supporting their community. The McDojo Show podcast, available on Apple, Spotify, and other major streaming platforms. Join the Fantasy League now at pgfhome.com. Scotsman Automations, security, efficiency, peace of mind. Find out more at scotsmanautomations.com.
Young blue belt. Yeah, man. He's been bringing it. Like he's been fun to watch. Super nice guy, but when he gets out there on the mats, man, he wants to win, and you can tell by the way he grapples. So that's gonna be another fun one. We'll see. Maybe I can wear him out a little bit while he's on his feet, but man, I gotta keep him, in guard. If he gets around to the side, man, I think he's proven that it's almost game over. If he can get around, get that choke in, that shoulder pressure that he's got is nasty. He's been tapping at least 2 people out with that. So don't want any of that. So frames are going to be important. And trying to just keep moving. Don't stay in one place. Don't let them get around. Like I said, try to make it a dogfight best I can.
I respect Josh, but it's not going to stop me from being the hammer. That's for sure. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to get right to it. Not going to waste any time and try to finish as fast as possible.
All right, here we go. The start of Block 11. We've got Evan Stapler versus Josh Gibbs. Evan coming out after a pretty tough loss to Jake Elkins. And it's funny, at the beginning of the season, we were like, that's not a tough loss. He was expected to lose. But, honestly, I thought Evan was going to go much deeper in that match. And yeah, coming into this match, this is a must-win for him.
We got a minute for points. Evan coming in hot. Beautiful thing about Evan is when he loses, he comes back strong.
When you see how Josh is already on his heels, he's like, oh, wait, what? We're doing this?
Josh is not shying away from the fight, though. He's right there in that pocket, wrestling with Evan. He tries a single leg attempt, pulls guard.
Yeah.
That was a smart guard pull, though.
At least he got to full guard. It was almost not smart until he put that full guard.
But Evan's specialty is passing the full guard. That's the problem.
This is the Evan I like.
Posting on the face.
The face push. Evan. He's wearing the right attire for it, at least. He's in there.
But you see, it causes reactions, and he's looking already to set up this bully pass.
Shout out to 10th Planet Huntsville. They got the classic rash guards. that Evan is wearing. You can purchase those at 10th Planet Huntsville.
Oh, that we saw Evan looking for his arm triangle setup, and man, you talk about cauliflower ear, dude. Just that would make me mad.
That's a little rough.
Of all the stuff I've seen Evan do, that's the one that would have got me fired up.
Elbow in the temple.
If I get your leg or arm,
that's unnecessary. I understand he's trying to fight, but come on, Evan.
The chin and the face.
But we forget that Evan is a blue belt. I mean, when you were a blue belt, what were you doing? You know,
I wasn't grinding ears like that. But hey, it is a competition, man. It's a professional event. Evan's on top where he wants to be, and that's the thing. These tactics have been very effective.
You got 4 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, Evan's going for a smother, man. You hear Josh already breathing.
Yeah, he's trying to do that Vaunt flute from
Dude,
side
if he
control.
gets another side control tap, I mean,
he's trying it.
Oh, Evan's using his face to kind of cover the other side, putting that
digging
beard.
his chin and
Yeah, that's rough.
his face.
Josh is doing a good job of surviving. He's got this. He's trying to put his frames back in and get that underhook on the right side, but he's having trouble with Evan's pressure.
Evan checking the clock. I don't like that Evan's not trying to progress.
Nah, dude.
Well, I think
Evan's right where he wants to be.
He might have used a lot of energy too. He might be using this as a passive, active.
I don't think so, man. Evan feels like this is his move. Like he
he's
knows
trying
when
to
he's
finish.
got it.
I don't know. His shoulder looks
Dude,
too
you hear the
high.
way he's
It's way
breathing
too
on
high.
bottom?
He's just digging his chin.
I don't think he
into his
cares. I think
eye
he's
socket.
just like, we're gonna get it wherever way. He just tries to make his opponent quit. Remember, he said he doesn't like people that are just chilling on bottom.
I mean, I love what I'm seeing. Other than the ear grind, I love everything else.
Yeah, Evan working his way to the mount, but Josh does a good job of stopping that and going into a half guard.
3 minutes.
Evan does a good job of getting his hips up, but Josh does a better job of elevating
Nice.
Evan and
that was
trying
good
to get
work
to the
from
side.
Josh, but man, Evan just is a bulldozer.
Yeah.
He just passes guards like it's his job.
He does a good job of staying chest connected as he passes, which is really high level for a blue
He's
belt.
just overwhelming, dude. He's overwhelming these higher belts. There's no other way to put it. I mean, Josh is overwhelmed right now.
I completely agree. But Evan is not really showing any precise attacks. He's mostly just crude and just
Crude is a good word to describe. you
yeah,
know.
like these
It's
are
a little crude.
these are submission attempts, but you would only quit because this is uncomfortable. And none of these competitors this deep in the tournament they're trying not to tap. That's a good job of trying to get
He's
to
got
other
the arm
side.
triangle. This is his setup. Oh, he's got
that's
that.
deep. That's deep.
Dude,
Josh
that was
is in trouble.
professional, dude.
Yeah,
that is a highlight.
Big mistake by Josh.
That's a highlight.
Evan looks like he's getting a tap, or Josh is going to go out.
Oh, he's going out. He's got 2 minutes.
Josh does a good job of fighting it, though. He's not giving up. I'd love to see this out of Josh. He might get out of this.
He's trying to get to his knees. Oh, and he's
Josh is out.
Josh is out.
Evan throws Josh to the ground.
Evan's going out to the other side arm triangle.
90 seconds.
Evan's match is never disappointing.
Oh my
He's
God!
back
He's
in
on the
arm
same
triangle.
setup. He just missed it.
It's amazing how he just finds it.
Dude, he looks amazing.
Yeah, the best version of Evan is in tournament. If you look aside from all of the antics, that is the best version.
Hey
of
man, he can do a couple of antics. He's gonna perform like this. That's deep.
That's very deep.
That's super deep.
Oh, and he gets the tap.
Evan's the goat, dude. Evan's the dude. Evan. What a match, dude. Those setups are high level arm triangle setups.
That one went just like I thought it would. I saw his match with Hunter, and he looked like he couldn't really wrestle that much, especially if you just got right to it. So that's what I tried to do. Yeah, just cooked him, and eventually got the arm triangle.
That was a rough match. I mean, it was definitely fun. He, like I said, he really wants it. was on the feet just for a couple seconds. We went to the ground. What I remember getting him in my guard at one point. He's doing his physical stuff, posting off the face and whatnot, which fine. I mean, I think jiu-jitsu's got to be kind of physical. It's not like he was gouging me in the eyes with those fingers. So, but yeah, that was a bit surprising. A little rough to deal with. Hey, that's awesome. While I'm here to get different styles and kind of deal with that. Eventually, he got. I think he settled in. I can't remember if he got all the way around or if he settled in half guard first. But he started doing that shoulder pressure that he likes to do, and I was very determined not to let him get that. I saw other people succumb to that, and I mean it was good. So I made sure to get my frame as best I can, and thankfully I was able to stave him off. I mean, he was grinding. He had his chin. He was using that as a weapon, grind that in to my face, my nose, got me in the eye for a little bit too there. So I mean, he's definitely pushing hard. Eventually, he started setting up the arm triangle choke on my left side, and he was getting it in pretty good. And he whispered in my ear, goes, "I got you." And I was like, "No." In my brain, I'm like, "Nah, not yet, you don't." And I was pretty well got, but everything I had in me, I was like, "No, you don't decide when I'm done." I was able to escape. I just used everything I had, just got my left arm over, kind of got, I believe, into like the turtle. But man, I was already so spent by that point. I was already starting to go out. So he was able to get right back on me and set me back in that same choke. A couple seconds later, had to tap out to that. But so that was exciting. That was fun.
That arm triangle gives Evan 6 points added to his total. He now is at 41. 0 points added to Joshua's total. He remains at 11. So for block 11, the red team is at 6. The blue team is at 0.
Oh, that's my boy. Matt Todd. I got a lot of love for him. I'm gonna try to. We'll have a fun match. We'll dance for the viewers and whatnot. I just have a lot of Matt Todd.
Okay, we're about to see a dance here. We got 2 blue team representatives, and Kevin and Sam Barbosa. And Sam coming off a pretty thorough beating from Elijah. Very bad loss. Sam had his moments defensively. He looked very upper body aware. That's what I see from Sam. And he has really good leg lock defense. But Elijah just looked on another level in that match. But
Sam's got that leg already taped up. He hobbled a little bit onto the mat. Now he's got 2 really not too good of ankles.
Yeah, but Kevin, it really is so up and down.
Kevin's known for his ankle locks, though. I wouldn't be surprised if he attempts one.
Nice little half grand beat right there. But Sam, beautiful guard pass. Kevin, though, in his favorite spot.
Sam's also in his favorite spot. This head and arm situation is dangerous.
Yeah, he's got a lot of front headlock weapons. Setting up that vice grip. Nice.
I like to see that Sam's already active and
he
he's
still
not
has
allowing.
20. He still has 20 seconds for points, and that looks deep.
It does look deep. Kevin, though, breathing.
Staying relaxed and framing.
Kevin needs to keep his head out of that pocket. He cannot fall into the hole. He's still got good enough posture right here to survive. Yes, excellent.
Kevin's out, and he looks like he's trying to attack that same arm that attacked his neck.
And now this would be crazy.
Maybe a wrist lock?
Oh, Kevin, though, starting to turn different colors here. Sam, though, has to abandon ship.
Straight arm lock by Kevin.
And Kevin's in on the straight arm lock.
Oh, my goodness.
Kevin going all out for it.
Sam's using his leg to try to keep Kevin from getting leverage on that submission and releases it.
Oh, I think he just popped his elbow right there.
Pop Sam's?
Yes, in that Americana. Ugh. Yeah, I've seen Kevin pop a few guys right there. And I think that's what it was.
Kevin's so nice.
And Sam gets the choke.
Dude, you know how strong your vice grip has to be to get a tap right there?
On Kevin.
Yeah, insanely strong.
A little bit of weirdness in between, but yeah, I think it was a straight ankle or straight arm lock right there.
Well, inverted Americana.
That's crazy. Yeah, that angle was weird.
That was just a savage. I swear. I had a mean Darce. I had a mean Jap necktie on him twice. He just would not give it to me. And then, eventually it happened. But
Sam Barbosa, man, this is what's crazy about Sam is that I was like, hey, let's get out here. Let's see if I can try to take him out. Went in there.
honestly went for my straight arm lock, which got really tight, and I thought I might catch him with it. But what creeped me out more, and he talked to me about it afterwards, is when I flipped around and I caught that key lock and I cranked on it, his elbow popped like 3 or 4 times. That's why we stopped. I stopped and I was like, "Oh, dude, you good?" And then when he said, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "I'm fine, let's go, whatever." But I really thought like I cracked something. He told me later, he's like, "My elbow pops all the time," which everybody knows. 0-100, like that guy, he gets busted up pretty good. He just keeps going, I guess. But man, it really messed with me a little bit. I was like, God, what is this? So that, and he ended up sinking in the choke a little bit more, but he ended up catching me with the choke too.
So that choke gives Sam Barbosa 6 points added to his total. He now is at 56. 0 points added to Kevin's total. He is at 15. So for block 11, the red team is at 6. The blue team is at 6.
Another big guy. Steven, he's one of the big guys that kind of look like he knows what he's doing if he gets on top. So, as always, can't let this big guy get on top. Who knows, I might just start going for some leg locks now, man. I feel like that's the fastest way to get these big guys out of here. I'm not a leg lock kind of guy, but I feel like for these guys, I might have to sneak in a little something.
He's tough. He looks like he's got a really strong style. I've won a lot bigger, stronger dudes than him before. So, I don't know. Maybe he can crush me, maybe not. I don't think so. I'm going to choke him.
Okay, I love the bold predictions. We've got the black belt, Stephen Aiken, coming against the brown belt out of El Paso, Texas, by way of New York. We've got Kamoy Anderson. Kamoy's first out on the mat. This is an interesting style matchup. I'm really interested in this. And seeing, though, we saw Steven get tapped 7 seconds by Elijah. Is that his weakness? Should more guys be attacking his legs?
Ooh, I don't know. I think that was unexpected from Elijah, but
that might have been too much respect too by Steven. But as we saw with Sam's match, probably the best choice.
Yeah, I think to be a black belt from 10th Planet San Diego, I think you have some leg lock defense. I don't know.
Yeah, Stevens looks solid though. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of holes. I mean, his last match against Dump Truck Randy was maybe match of the season. I mean, dude, that match was incredible. Yeah. So he's got game everywhere. I think getting it on the leg isn't a bad
just
option.
Looking for that takedown. And Steven's like, I dare you.
How long do you guys wait before? Because hopefully we won't end up with another Steven.
Well, if it's
Mike
me,
Johnson.
I mean, I sit guard in every single one of my matches.
No way with Kamoy. I think Kamoy's going to shoot.
Okay. Kamoy just needs to commit. We haven't seen anything front headlock-wise from Steven that makes me think that you should be scared to shoot on him.
No extra point.
A lot of dancing on the feet here. Neither guy has made an even meaningful grip yet.
Make sure you guys are given to the super chat.
Neither of these men want to be on bottom. This is why we're here. This is why we're in this dance.
I don't know, man. I think Steven should have more confidence in his bottom game. His bottom game looks good.
I agree, but he just had Randy, and he's probably like, I don't want to go back there.
Yeah, okay, no, that's a good point. But I definitely think this is a very winnable match for Steven if he can just get into a spot where he can start working his game.
I agree.
Because we know Kamoy's not going to have the overhook game that Randy has. I mean, nobody other than maybe Jake Elkins will.
I agree. I think he would have an easier time doing the same stuff he was doing on Randy, on Kamoy. But
you think psychologically he just doesn't want to go back there?
Yes. Because you saw how exhausted he was after that match.
Well, we're 2:15 in. Neither guy's attempted, honestly, anything.
Yeah, this is very surprising by Kamoy. I know Steven likes to be a little bit more strategic, and he waits for his opportunity, but I'm surprised how patient Kamoy is here. He's looking for the right opportunity as well, and he's not rushing.
Well, the right opportunity is not going to present itself if you're not creating off balances. There we go.
There you go. As you say that, Kamoy attempts a shot.
Nice little ankle pick attempt.
The distance management is real good by Steven to keep Kamoy away, but it's terrible for Kamoy where he's trying to shoot. He needs to get a little closer.
It's amazing to see the difference between Jake Elkins pass by and these other guys. When they try and shuck these off, they just don't have the timing. They don't have the technique and confidence. It's really a thing of beauty when Jake does it.
I mean, I think we all can agree that wrestling is a martial arts. And Kamoy with the blast double just barrel rolls through that.
I just think he could have done that so much sooner.
He could have.
Honestly.
I absolutely agree.
But nice blast double. Issue is he's got 2:33 to work, and Kamoy's been a guy like he needs some time to grind. He's not a quick worker.
Kamoy fully aware of Steven's game right here, trying to dogfight. It's very, very common in 10 Planet System that everybody establishes some form of a dogfight in their game.
Kamoy with the underhook.
Nice little bump right there by Steven. Steven needs to whip one more time.
Look at the way Kamoy is trapping that arm with his leg.
I think Steven's trying to keep that grip right there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think that's Steven's grip.
Oh. I'll be surprised
use
if
it with the whip, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to help him whip a little bit more. But Kamoy's got a great underhook right here.
How's that crossface? That seems kind of tough, though. Both of them are essentially trapping each other. The lockdown and that grip on the ankle.
Yeah, you're right. It is. They're kind of in like a stalemate position. Even though Kamoy's on top, he just got his knee
knees.
free.
Oh, but he's right back in there.
You saw him use kind of that pimp hand to just push that knee back in.
Very strong.
Yeah, very strong by Steven.
Kamoy's got a powerful underhook. Steven doesn't even look like he wants to even attempt to repummel there. He's just... I'm not even sure what he's thinking, but his angles are all a little bit compromising. Trying to whip back into a butterfly, maybe.
Nice.
Using that mermaid.
Nice movement, man. Steven really moves well on bottom, but they got 50 seconds, and this is
Sweep attempt by Steven off of Kamoy's back step.
Needs to come up.
Steven looking for that dog fight again. Look how he switches his hips. Beautiful by Steven.
Trying to pass that foot to his opposite hand. Let's go. Comes up to the dog fight.
Yeah, way more successful against Kamoy than Randy. That shows you the power of a good wizard.
I just think he could have started that so much earlier. You know, he left himself 19 seconds to work.
No time to work. And Kamoy's not going to tap.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, Matt. He should have immediately sat from the get-go and played that game if that's the game he wanted to play. Or at least address that there was no time left. And with that, it's a draw.
Yeah.
And that match kind of went similar to the first match. Big guy, but Steven was real good with the lockdowns. You know, 10th Planet Black Belt, could only expect he would try to do a lockdown. But you know, it went the same way. He didn't allow me to do what I needed to do to finish. Yeah, it went to a draw.
It wasn't good. It was boring, I think. I think it was more boring than I wanted it to be. I think there could have been a lot more work. I think neither one of us wanted to get stuck up under the other guy too fast, though, because we both knew, you know, what the plays were going to kind of be. Maybe I should have started a little bit sooner because I think I'm better than he is. I think I could tap him out. I think I was going to tap him out if there was another couple minutes. In a longer match, I would tap him out. He's good. He's strong. He's solid. But, and I said this sometimes before too, is like a 6-minute match doesn't always play to my style. I'm not the athlete guy. I'm not the guy that's going to go out there and like just knock the wall down or something like that. I gotta touch it a couple of times and see where the soft spots are. And then that's where I kind of got to play the game. And that takes, at this level, a lot more than 6 minutes sometimes, you know.
That draw adds 0 points to both competitors. Kamoy remains at 23. Steven remains at 35. So for block 11, red team is at 6. Blue team is at 6.
Grayson Webster is super strong, man, super powerful. He's got the sick haircut, you know what I'm saying? So you got to watch out for the sick haircut. And he is devastatingly handsome. I mean, his baby blues are very blue, and you know, I don't have any tattoos, so I don't know. It just depends on what you're looking for, man, you know. You want blue eyes with tattoos? Then you gotta go with my man Grayson. If you want clean cut, young Thor, I mean, Jesus Christ, what else do you want, right?
I'm excited for that one, man. You know, and again, I'm not trying to underestimate anybody, and I'll probably eat my words tomorrow. but you know, he's a stud too. But he is smaller than his brother. But and again, in my brain, I'm like, oh, that'll be better. But I mean, you know, obviously anyone that's less weight, it might be, you know, slightly just a little easier for me to be able to handle him. But I mean, who knows? I'll probably eat my words. He's a monster. So
We got Matt Elkins representing the red team going against the blue team representative Grayson Webster. And with this victory, I mean, it pretty much secures a place in the finals for Matt Elkins. I mean, he's really come a long way from that knee injury. Gets a knee injury, and he's worked his way from the bottom. I mean, it's funny, like he started at the bottom, or I guess he started at the top, had to work his way from the bottom back to the top.
And now he's here. We got 55 seconds for extra points. Yeah, it's a shame for the viewers, especially that have never seen Matt Elkins compete. You guys got to see only a fraction of what he can do.
Ooh, I don't like that position for that knee. He does not need to be forcing that reap right there.
Tries to go into an X guard. Needs to be careful of that triangle.
And yeah, I don't know why he was looking leg lock right there. I mean, this should be 7, and that needs to be his mindset.
Grayson was pulling his head. He was trying to get some space, get some pressure on the hip.
Matt is on the knee on belly. Grayson looking to shrimp to get out. Overextending these arms a little bit. You can tell that Matt doesn't want the low-hanging fruit. Otherwise, he'd be attacking some of these arms.
Nah, he's looking to either get back to the mount and finish an arm triangle, or he's going to pop on or jump on a guillotine if he reaches for an underhook.
Or is he an arm triangle?
It's going to be arm triangle or guillotine. 100.
Grayson needs to turn and face towards Matt.
He can't.
He's got that crossface is preventing him from. He needs to address that crossface.
That was a sloppy mount right there by Matt.
Good job by Grayson
Yeah,
of catching that.
Yeah, that was a sloppy mount. He had a really good crossface working, but just tried to force it. That might be the case of like, hey, you know, I don't respect you enough. Like, I'm just going to treat you like you're a white belt. You know, I'm just going to step over. I don't really need to set up my mount.
Yeah, I expect Matt to have a lot cleaner of mounts than that.
Yeah, and we've seen him. I mean, last season, his mount against Jonathan Roberts was one of the cleanest mounts to arm triangle. Like, it was just gorgeous.
Grayson framing on Matt's face, trying to shrimp. He does a good job of getting his knees.
See, I think that's what Grayson needs to be doing instead of getting that lockdown.
He
Yeah.
reached for
Matt
that
activates
underhook.
front headlock mode.
Yeah, he reached for
Gets
that
the kill.
underhook. Reach for the underhook. What happens? Guillotine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grayson, definitely more handsome than me, for sure. As I, clinched him near me and we locked eyes for a moment, I was like, damn, that's about as handsome as they make them. And tatted and muscly, I don't stand a chance. Mr. Watch Your Girlfriend is what I would say. But I caught my man slipping a little bit. Caught him slipping. Tried to leg lock him, and I felt like with his linebacker frame, he was going to snap my knee off. Tried to make a play with the bad leg. Wasn't the play to make at all, And then, eventually I think I wound up on top position. And what I get my man with? I think I tried to make the arm in play. Like I said, when I make the arm in play, people respond a certain way, and there's just a timing to it. There's just a moment where if you, shoot both of those hands in there, I feel like it's super effective.
Man, that dude. Yeah, I think he finished with the darts, right?
It's a guillotine.
It's guillotine? Okay. He got my neck, dude. He's a bad dude, man. I can't wait to start working with him and his brother. I'm just been blown away by this whole thing, and just to really, come to the realization that wrestling is so huge. It's like such a gigantic thing, and I'm really gonna start working with them on my wrestling and stuff. So yeah, I pretty much expected that. Expected him to, do his thing, and I don't even remember how long the match lasted, but I remember going into Jake's fight thinking that I was gonna, after Jake's fight thinking, oh yeah, his brother's a little smaller, I'm gonna be, I'll be a little better off, but no.
That guillotine gives Matt Elkins 6 points, so added to his total, he now is at 38. Grayson remains at 11. So for block 11, the red team is at 12. The blue team is at 6.
I just gotta protect my legs. That's the biggest thing. I'm really looking forward to it. Elijah's kind of a big name down here, so just really trying to see where I'm at in that one. I'm learning a lot. In my matches and like watching guys in theirs, and also hearing how people talk about jiu-jitsu. Just like the theory behind it. I can't even, like, I'm still so new that I really can't like even understand how they're talking about it, but I've never heard it like spoken about in the way they're talking about it. So I really need to be a better student of the game. It's so much more cerebral than any other style of grappling that I've like ever been a part of. I used to think wrestling was chess. Wrestling's like checkers. Jiu-jitsu is three-dimensional chess. Like it's really deep. It's a deep game. Which
I feel like it's going to be a little harder to get under him, like I want to be able to, and definitely much harder to take down and sweep. So it could be an interesting match. But yeah, for sure, man. Dump truck. That's his nickname for sure. Is Randy the Dump Truck. I don't know what his last name is.
Roden.
Yeah. He's tough. I feel like that's one of my styles that blends with like kind of shutting me down well.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like fully committed to passing on his knees. More combat based and like heavy with the hip pressure. You know, kind of like Jake played against me. You know. Could be interesting, but I'll finish him.
This match to me screams triangle. Just the way Randy comes in, and you heard him. He's a little overwhelmed with how deep jiu-jitsu goes, and Elijah's triangle setups are the best part of his game. I just really see him struggling to, and not being able to see one of these triangle setups that Elijah's going to throw at us.
I agree.
A lot like Jake Elkins.
Yes. So here we go, man. I think we see Elijah sit immediately.
Oh, Elijah trying to wrestle a little bit. I like this. Elijah sits.
10 seconds.
Randy with a flying triangle attempt.
Okay.
Wow.
This is where he needs to be really careful with his right arm. Yeah, you see Elijah's already in on that tricep grip. He needs to be very careful with his right arm.
Yeah. He's walking right into Elijah's patented triangle.
Yeah. Kind of felt it though, and Randy's so cerebral, like he can just feel.
Yeah, he's present, and that's a skill that is amazing this early on for him. Like you said, he's calm and collected. Look, he's just dives on a head and arm.
Ooh, he's past the guard for a second, but this is where he's got to be careful.
Ooh, yeah.
Elijah's looking to take the back right here. He's got a good grip. Locks the body triangle.
Randy's in trouble here.
Yeah, he's got a body triangle. Do not reach back, Randy. Looking for a hip bump to triangle, maybe.
Reverse De La Hiva from Mr. Elijah. Randy's doing a good job. I don't know how much this is of just Elijah feeling out Randy, or Randy's just a powerhouse.
Elijah's definitely confident, but it's like he said, you know, he realizes this is a style that might give him some trouble. And I think we're seeing that just a little bit.
Easily elevates Randy. Right into the leg. That should be a tap right there.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting. Is he going to pass or get the finish?
No, that heel is so exposed.
He's going to get the finish.
I hope Randy taps.
Nice entry. Here we go. So Elijah, 3 points. I still think he left maybe some points on the table, but
and Elijah gives props to Randy at the end. You know, that speaks volumes.
That's very rare, man.
Yeah.
Elijah, it's weird. Like when he respects you, he really does. Like
you're a bad dude. Yeah. If Elijah respects you.
Randy's a tough son of a bitch, man. I told you already. I knew that was going to be the tougher match for me. That was a tougher match than Sam. I knew it would be. Heavy pressure, still being technical and flowy. There's a difference between just getting on your knees and being heavy and like being technical with your footwork and still like applying pressure the whole time, and he's got it. You know, he's a savage. I can't wait to see what he does in the next few years.
And that was another one I was really looking forward to. He wrestled a little bit with me and just was actually impressive on his feet. I mean, nothing really happened a bunch. He ended up sitting. I tried to work my passing, but obviously still a lot of like holes in my passing game. I think I jumped on his neck at one point, and I thought, wow, maybe I might actually finish this, and just like nothing came out of it. I don't really remember too many of the exchanges, but I know I ended up getting finished with a heel hook.
That heel hook gives Elijah 3 points, so added to his total, he now is at 60. Randy remains at 11. So for block 11, the red team is at 15, and the blue team is at 6.
Zach, same thing. I feel like he might pull guard on me. I hope he's feeling better come tomorrow. But, yeah, I feel like he'll probably pull guard, and I might maybe not choose to play a leg lock game, but maybe work a pass game from there, because I do feel like if he engages that way, I might feel a little more comfortable for some reason.
So we got the red team member, the Squidbilly, Zach Edwards, and his finish of Kevin Primo really kind of put some life into him, but he's got a lot of ground to make up if he wants to catch Matt Elkins. I mean, Matt and Evan Stapler are both pretty far ahead of him. So we've got him stepping up against Judo Justin Williams, and this has to be 6. And really, it needs to be 7 if he's going to make the tournament. Here we go, they slap bump.
Both men are all smiles.
I mean, this is a big matchup for the red team, too.
Ooh, Judo with the foot sweep. A lot of that was Zach falling, but I still count it.
Hey, we'll take the takedown.
Yeah. Zach is all over him.
Hey, when you got a hurt back, this is where you want to be.
Yeah, this is probably the most comfortable Zach has been all tournament as far as just positionally wise.
He's looking for a punch choke, and we see that, man. And a lot of the competitors have adopted kind of that B-Max style of punch choke, arm triangle, back take. And here we see the punch choke, a little punch choke attempt just to get a reaction. Uses it to take the back. He's got a single hook in.
Oh, he's going to crank that. Justin does a good job of turning, but he's still in danger.
He's looking for that extra point.
Zach is just cranking through the face.
Oh, yeah, he's looking for the extra point. No extra point.
See, this is a position where you go, is this any worse than what Evan was doing? Because he is cranking through the face.
Yeah.
Well, Hunter Colvin's had a few.
Same deal, exactly.
He wasn't putting his chin in someone's eye, but you know.
Yeah, but it's pretty.
You're not putting your chin through someone's
Zach
eye.
looking for a reverse triangle.
Are you trying? Yeah.
It looks like he's got it. This might be the tap right here.
That was a beautiful setup.
Question is he going to go for the low points or the choke?
Going for the break.
Yeah.
Would that count as a choke?
Nah, that's a break.
I mean, everything about today was good. We started off and we did this group building exercise in the morning that really got me back focused mentally, got me settled down, and just kind of balanced me back out. I was reaching a little bit too far in my matches yesterday, and I just had to refocus and clear my head and get back to it.
Oh, that was a fun one too. I really was looking forward to grappling Zach this whole time. Watching him grapple has been really, really fun. Like, I enjoyed seeing him grapple everybody else. It was fun to get in there and experience that. There again, I'm not a super duper leg lock guy. I mean, comparatively. So seeing what he does and seeing how he approaches things was like interesting for me. I really enjoyed that match.
So that break gives Zach 3 points added to his total. He now is at 20. That adds 0 to Justin's total. He remains at 7. So for block 11, the red team is at 18, and the blue team remains at 6.
Jake Elkins is big shit. I just want to go for block 12. Like, I just want to see block 12 happen tomorrow. But Jake is a big dude. I don't hardly wrestle anybody. I mean, I do for MMA. But I might really try to wear down some time on my feet tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to give him any extra time, like, sitting on top of me or smashing me. So I'm going to
stay up for it. It might be 10 seconds, it might be 60 seconds, but I'm going to stay on my feet as long as possible and try not to get smashed for as long as possible. And then we'll see where it goes. I mean, I'm from Missouri. We have a lot of big boys out there, so that pressure isn't something that's too crazy. But it'll just be a lot of moving and try not to let him get me pinned down.
Dude, my man's long, bro. Yeah, he's like, they're just look at each other in the face, squeezing legs. You know what I'm saying? Dude, my heart was pounding watching that match. I won't be sticking my leg in there for him to pull on it like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, we'll see how it goes. Like, I mean, he can do whatever. The match will go the way that I decide it's going to go. That's it.
Okay.
Said like a big brother.
I love it.
Jake Elkins, both guys representing the red team, but Jake Elkins looking to solidify. And I mean, I shouldn't say the red team's already won this block as well. So the red team taking both blocks tonight, and that's substantial, especially considering we've got Hunter and Elijah tied at the top with 60. But here we go. We've got Jake Elkins versus James Regina.
James said he's going to wrestle. That might not be the best idea, but I understand where he's coming from.
Pass by. This is a pass by clinic. Yeah. That's like the 7th one he's hit.
Said 10 seconds.
And Jake in on the back, looking to set up a body triangle quick. Wow, Jake has the body triangle. A little loose, but very effective.
Guys, if you have not checked out Jake's wrestling stuff, follow him on Instagram, follow his school. He has an online wrestling academy. You need to join. I mean, he's just shown that he can I mean, he's doing the same move. He doesn't even need to show another move. He's doing the same pass by every single match.
Yeah, he's been the best wrestler in this tournament by planets.
Jake looking to squeeze this one out. He doesn't quite have it.
10 seconds.
James got both hands on. Jake needs to take that outside hand to punch off one of the. There we go. Nice little Hickson Gracie trick.
That's deep. And he gets the extra point.
He gets the extra point. Yes.
Photo finish.
Man, that's a big win for Jake Elkins.
Man, same thing. Everybody just leads their right leg forward, right same side reach, lazy collar tie, and I keep waiting on something else to happen. But like, God, you're just gonna leave your arm there, right? So slide by into back control. Didn't really have the position I wanted, but I was in my head. I was like, man, what's the time? What's the time? What's the time? And then I heard somebody make a clock call, and so I was trying to punch deeper with my left arm and then come back and chase the choke. I kind of panicked early, was just going for a squeeze, and it was tight, but I mean, he fights, he ain't giving up smooth. And so I went deeper and was trying to chase the hand behind it. He's so long, I couldn't really get as deep as I wanted to. Like, it's like he could still reach my arm. And so eventually got behind and just edged it out, I guess, 60 seconds exactly. But man, solid dude. You know, he's a scrapper and good match. Really appreciated the role.
The Hurt Locker, fucking that guy. I definitely didn't want him on top of me for a whole 6 minutes, so I was like, I'll wrestle him. This would be a great idea. And he just did a slide by and put me on my ass. Nicely, though. Like, he was way nicer than he could have been. Like, just put me straight down, though. Messed with it. Went for that rear naked. He got into a really good position. Hand fought a little bit. Was fighting it. And then he just went straight across the jaw and ripped it up. And so he secured that pretty quick. So it was pretty impressive, though. But in a nice way. Yeah, like, I heard the 1 minute. I was like, I don't want you to fucking get it. And he got it with that 1 second. And I was like, but I was like, I also like my job being able to close because I want to eat some food tonight. Word. So
that rear naked choke gives Jake 7 points added to his total. He did get the submission within the first minute. So added to his total, he is at 48 points. James Regina stays at 12. So for block 11, the red team is at 25 points. The blue team remains at 6.
Mike, big Mikey.
Yeah. I think I'll do good with Mike. I think I'll end up getting on top. The question is, I'm not worried about getting on top of them and passing. The question is, when I get to their back, can I choke them with being that big? If not, I'll just have to kind of do the same path I've been doing and do the back triangle system.
Hunter's a beast, man. I'm hoping
to get some offense off against him. Expecting a tough match, definitely, but hoping to pull out the win with him for sure.
So we got our final match of the night, and this one's got championship implications. I mean, this is a must-win for Hunter Colvin. Hunter's 1 point back now from Elijah. I mean, the red team has already secured the extra point victory for this block, so he needs a tap. And is he going to settle for the joint lock? I love it.
Hunter immediately shoots for that double, and he's in that similar passing that he used for Jake. Look for that Kimura.
He's already in on the Kimura.
Look for Hunter to roll off of this and take the back. Mike knows the deal, and he's just holding on to that foot. Mike does a good job of getting his arm free.
Nice job by Big Mike right there. Mega Mike showing some pretty good defense right there, but Hunter's on a mission to get some extra points. Hunter's just overwhelming, man.
Yeah, he's very strong and very technical, which is and has great attacks.
So I just whittled his way through that space.
Chair sit by Hunter, immediately into the back.
He's got 5 seconds.
Mike doing a good job of hand fighting, surviving, but he's already breathing heavy. Ooh, Hunter's probably going to crank through that. Gets the tab. Misses the extra points.
Man, Hunter's a beast.
It felt like hitting a brick wall.
Yeah, that's the only, I guess, positive. He said he hurt himself trying to double leg me. I hipped into him super hard. But, I mean, it was a good match. But.
He kind of gave me a little bit of a shoulder stinger. It was like running through a wall, big guy. I knew Mike would be tough. I didn't want to let him get on top of me. We started out, I hit her real quick, arm drag, double to the takedown. And then same thing, ended up getting to the Kimura. It was a little bit tougher on Mike because he's so broad. He shook off one of my Kimura, and then I grabbed another one, got to his back, and finished with a choke.
So that RNC gives Hunter 6 points added to his total. He now is at 66. Mike Johnson remains at 40. Mike Johnson remains at 14. So for block 11, the red team ended with 25 points. The blue team ended with 12. So we're going to go through and add 1 point to every member of the red team. So let's go over those totals. Elijah is now at 61. Jake, 49. Evan, 42. Matt, 39. Zach, 21. Mike, 15. James, 13. Joshua, 12. On the blue team, Hunter is at 66. Sam, 56. Steven, 35. Kamoy, 23. Kevin, 15. Randy, 11. Grayson, 11. Justin, 7.
So now looking at the top 8 overall, we've got Hunter in first place with 66. He's got a 5-point lead over Elijah Carlton, who's in now at 61. In third place, we have Sam Barbosa, who has 56 points. We got Jake Elkins at 49. Evan Stapler still putting on performances, getting W's. He's in fifth at 42. We've got Matt Elkins, who we just need to call the second half kid. I mean, Season 1, we saw him come out of nowhere to finish in the top 3, finished number 2 overall. This season, he's worked his way back from this knee injury. Now he's sitting at 6 and looking to take over that 5th place from Evan. He's in at 39. We've got Stephen Aiken at 35, and still anybody's game to finish in the bottom portion, because we have Kamoy still at 23 and with a handful of other guys looking to surpass him. We've got Zach Edwards, who's just a couple of points back. Now looking at the top 4 on both sides. Now it's important to note the top 8 overall, the top 4 get paid. Okay. Now to make the playoffs, you have to be top 4 in your division or on your team. So for the red team, we've got Elijah, Jake, Evan, and Matt looking like they've almost guaranteed themselves into the postseason. So maybe after next week, we'll pretty much know who from the red team's going. But for the blue team, there's still a lot of work to be done, especially from Kamoy, Kevin, and Randy. So we've got Hunter in the top spot. We got Sam, who's 10 points back. We've got Steven third. He's got a pretty commanding lead over Kamoy, who's fourth. But Kamoy's got Kevin, even maybe Randy, Grayson, that could potentially get a couple of wins and surpass him for that final spot.
This segment is brought to you by Dr. Michael Cantrell. He's an orthopedic surgeon in Huntsville, which is very close to us. He comes down and trains with us very often here in Decatur. And so support him if you have any orthopedic needs. So, guys, match of the night. What do you got to say?
Definitely, I think we're all in agreement that it has to be dump truck Randy Roden versus the black belt Stephen Aiken. That match had everything. Both guys looked phenomenal. Awesome bottom work from Stephen. But, man, Randy, how impressive did he look in that match, Joe?
Very impressive. I mean, like you guys, we keep reiterating, Stephen is a black belt, and even if you're not a black belt, for somebody that of Randy's experience, he shouldn't be able to get away with what he got away with, but it showcased how versatile Randy is and how intelligent he is, because he was able to transpose his wrestling into the jiu-jitsu world and use that to keep him safe as he navigates through the unknown, which has been really, really, really fun to watch.
Right. So Randy's base was excellent. He wasn't allowing Stephen to get underneath his hips. And yes, I really enjoy it. And that whizzer was just money, just throwing Stephen's head down into the mat.
And also props for Stephen for, just staying mentally in it and securing that win at the very last moment, which is
beautiful.
Clutch.
Yeah. Kind of recapping the night, we saw Hunter Colvin pull ahead by 5 points against Elijah Carlton. But as long as Elijah can stay within at least 6, he has a chance still to be Season 2 champion. There's still a lot of tough matchups in these remaining blocks. So, guys, is there a huge advantage? Can Elijah come back from 5 points down?
I think he can, because we've seen Hunter switch off to the break and not necessarily be very focused on the kill. So I think that Elijah can come up with a game plan to tie or maybe surpass Hunter.
I agree. I feel like Elijah, I stopped doubting Elijah. I think he's probably taking it personal as far as being the champion of this season. So he's going to try to get that spot. But he does have a tough road in these last few blocks.
So previewing next week, we've already looked at Hunter Colvin, but I think the match that everybody's been waiting for is the brother matchup. We got Jake Elkins versus Matt Elkins, and this is going to be an explosive matchup with a lot on the line. Guys, who's got the advantage? We've both seen them roll a ton in the gym. I've seen each of them tap each other a handful of times. I don't know how this is going to play out.
I kind of have a worried feeling that Matt's going to give no consequence to his knee whatsoever, because if you've ever seen these guys just drilling together, it becomes a fight, just drilling. But I don't know. It's going to be so hard to tell. I'm very excited. We'll just have to wait and see.
Mr. Matthew Elkins, I love you, but I got to give it to Big Bro on this one. You just are not at 100%. I can see you out there. You're just struggling to move. There's certain positions where your body naturally goes to, but then as soon as you get to those positions, your body tells you, we don't like it here. That's going to ultimately cost you against Big Bro, because he's not going to take it easy on you, but he also will probably be nice. So I think Jake Elkins is going to get the sub in that situation. The question is, how many points can he get from Matt Elkins? I think that's going to be the situation. But I think Matt already said at this point it's not that big of a deal. So I expect a quick tap from Jake just with anything that he can get.
I think there's going to be a couple of barn burners. I'm really looking forward to seeing Evan next week, especially that match against Mike Johnson. Because, in the preview, we saw them, pushing each other's faces a little bit. That one looks like it's going to be really chippy. And I'm kind of hoping to see, like, Chippy. I mean, somebody needs to go, hey, dude, you're still a blue belt. Like, get off me, bro. Like, I'm going to do this to you. And I think Mega Mike's not going to, from just what I saw in the preview, I don't think he's going to really handle some of the stuff Evan does well. No. And then we've got Elijah Carlton's got a couple of very winnable matches. And it's just going to be so fascinating to see how this race between him and Hunter Colvin, because they are going to finish 1-2. It's pretty much almost guaranteed. I would love to see them tied at the end and then just have like a samurai, just no time limit, sub-only match to the death. One of them doesn't even show up to the finals because they're dead.
Oh, wow. I'm also looking forward to Randy versus Kamoy. I just feel like that's going to be a fun matchup too, because Randy does not stop going forward, and Kamoy struggles with. He's already said it. Like, he just doesn't do as well with bigger people, and he doesn't want to be on bottom of a bigger person. So, and good luck getting on top of Randy. So, I think we're gonna have to see Kamoy play bottom, and which is Randy's best chance to get a sub. But also, Kamoy has really good defense and good sweeps and attacks from bottom.
I'm interested to see what Zach Edwards, what his game plan is going to be against Jake Elkins. Just, it's like, how do you handle his wrestling so that you don't go to the bottom? I know Zach likes the bottom, but having Jake Elkins on top and your lower back is destroyed, that's not a good day.
Give me some of that power.